My name's Liam Flanagan. I live in Myocum in northern New South Wales in the Byron Shire. Lived in the area for about 7 years, 6 years or something, and I've lived in Myocum for probably 2 or 3 years. I became interested in medicinal mushies in probably my mid-20s, around 24 or 25. And I'd had a few I'd just developing some pretty chronic health issues like starts of arthritis, and I had some sort of repetitive strain injury and a lot of chronic gut stuff, skin issues, and a bit of autoimmune sort of stuff, and couldn't really get good answers from the medical establishment, and went through a process of kind of healing a few of those issues with herbs and diet, and they showed up in that journey. Specifically with the mushrooms that we're talking about are medicinal, usually polypore mushrooms that grow on trees, which can be sort of, they're different from the variety that would be more sort of edible mushrooms that you get for protein and whatnot. So these are more kind of more medicinal than nutritious in the traditional sense of the word. Different kind of shamanic traditions around the world. A lot of these mushrooms have been revered for sort of millennia, like a long time, thousands of years, often attributed with almost kind of magical spiritual powers, which is sort of intriguing. So there's a really long history of use with the mushrooms, and with our sort of Western modern system, we've been studying them or a lot of them, particularly like turkey tails and reishi mushroom, for 40 years or 50 years now. So a lot of these conferred benefits have been legitimised through Western sort of scientific reductionism. You can see all the spores. That's how prolific it is. It'll just shoot up, this guy, from underneath, and it's got this like air jet or something that'll just sort of get lifted up and then from underneath and like blow back up on top, so you get this brown spore layer on the top, but it's actually really shiny mushy. That's the spores. And there's that's how prolific they are. Like, there's so many fruiting bodies on this tree. This tree's gonna get eaten, and so it's pretty ethical to be able to take a couple of these without look at that thing. So I'll get it when it's still got a bit of that white, and that's you can sort of, that's why it's called the artist comp. So cool. So maybe take a couple of these, we'll get some more turkeys, and then we'll make them add like syrup or something. Oh, these are turkeys too, dude. I'm standing on them. Sick. Bit of forest to chew on for the walk. That's like, you'll probably get the spirit of the mushy with that. Do a decoction, like just make a strong tea with it, and then we'll just boil it down into a syrup and mix like 50-50 with honey, and just make a syrup with it, and then we should make some like fucking gin cocktails or something. A lot of these mushrooms, like the ones we made teas with, are considered adaptogens, which were discovered in Russia in the 60s, I believe, or 70s maybe, post-Cold War. And they did a lot of study into herbs and found a certain class that were totally non-toxic. You could use a lot, and they had benefits that would help confer adaptive qualities to the consumer. So that would mean adaptation to any kind of stress, really, like physical stress, emotional stress, and have a bidirectional action in the body. So they're not so specific as something like ginger or echinacea that you'd use when you're specifically ill. It'd be something that could more allow your body to work either to sort of dampen overactive immune systems, but it could also sort of bolster an underactive immune system. So they've got this sort of innate intelligence about them that's really special, that works well with the human body. The Latin name's Trametes versicolor, so many colour, the family of Trametes. So it comes in heaps of different colours. So see, you can tell the difference with this. It actually has no pores, like it's just shiny and smooth, whereas this one, the actual turkey tail's got micro pores. See the difference? But then on top, they can look pretty similar. I love the whole process. It's been sort of a long game and really rewarding, like coming from a place with not much information and sort of finding things and learning about them, and then in books and stuff, and then going out and finding them in nature and learning how to harvest them, process them, identify them, and then being able to use those medicines that I've well crafted to actually empower my own health. And yeah, so that part of it's amazing. But then also just, it's like surfing, you're so multifaceted. You're out in nature and you're sort of, you know, forest bathing, and you're exploring and you're moving dynamically, and yeah, and I also love the alchemical process of learning how to extract the mushrooms and combine them in an effective way for bioavailability and stuff. So it's sort of, there's not really a favourite, but it's just the whole process is awesome. Soaking my bones in a soup made of mountains. It's pretty cool. Getting all them trace minerals. Yeah, all the energy and so much time out there. It's like ocean's just like a good buddy that's familiar, and you know, you can sit out there and not get a wave and just look at the sunset, or you can get out there and get hedgy and real sporty. It's a many-faceted, beautiful pursuit, and I'm so stoked. My parents pushed me out there when I was a grommy. Yeah, in as much as I love being in nature, and yeah, just being out there in the surf or being in the forest, you just, I don't know, you're relaxed and you're in the zone, you're just getting so much out of it, and then having the bonus of being able to either forage medicine or get barreled is like amazing. And they're both just cool practices that you can just, you know, you're only limited by how deep you want to go into it. Yeah, I guess they're related in that way.